So here we are starting off with some yoga. So with the pandemic, we're so stressed, worrying about so many different things. So we do a lot of workouts. Something of yoga is working in. So bringing our attention inward, just trying to focus on ourselves, letting go of the past, letting go of anticipation, because we've learned we have no control and we don't know what's coming. So starting to close our eyes, we're going to bring our attention inward, just feeling the moment. Noticing the temperature of the air. Maybe noticing some scents in the air. Starting to make our breathing slower. We feel the rise and fall of our stomach. Now starting to bring our attention even more inside, we might start to feel our heartbeat. Feeling that energy, that air moving up and down the body. Now we're here to be kind to ourselves. So if our attention goes to something else, that's okay. We're going to acknowledge it, then let it float away like a cloud in the sky. Bring our attention back to now, back to that breath. Making this breath a little slower, noticing the body calm. Times I'll stay pulling in energy and blowing out stress. Let's take one more big breath. Now we're starting this in any easy seated position we want. So if we're started crisscross, we're going to cross our feet the other way, trying not to be lopsided. So here we are sitting up nice and tall, taking our arms to the side. Let's take a big inhale up. Bring our hands down in front of the heart. Here we are pulling in the moment, thinking of bringing in everything that's meant for us at this moment. Also, as we start to move, starting to release some stiffness, maybe in the shoulders. They say our tissues hold our issues. Now from here, let's add some rotation, twisting to a side. Opposite hand on opposite knee. And now we're going to gently rotate the body. Giving into the stretch. Now let's see what the other side is up to. Noticing differences on each side. We all have a dominant side. Maybe we're taking care of the body after an injury, so things will move differently. Good from here, coming up and back to the middle. Good from here, let's start to move the upper body around in circles. Some people hold their stress in their upper body, some hold it in their lower body. Releasing some of that stickiness we can get when we're stressed. Let's go back the other way. That stress, that tension can build. Tight muscles can cause pain in other parts of the body. So we're taking this chance to release it. Breathing into these hips. One more big breath. And relax. Now from here, turning over, let's meet in child's pose. Now we know there's no right way to do any pose. We're doing what feels good for us. Some will have the arms in front of them, some have the arms beside them, sometimes it's under the head. Legs can be open or closed. Here we are melting into the stretch, thinking of melting into the mat. Good, from here, let's go to extended child's pose. Arms way out in front, pressing our palms into the ground. As we press these palms and shoulders down, we notice a little stretch in there. We're creating space between the joints. So we press the palms and shoulders down, also pressing our hips towards our heels. Good, from here, let's walk this all the way to the side, as far as it'll go. Now we're drawing our breath into that side body. If you're like me and have a desk job, things can get stiff from hunching over all day. So taking this chance to move in some different planes. Making that side body as long as we can make it. Now walking this all the way over to the other side. Noticing differences without judging. So you settle into the stretch, we might find some more length. All right, one more big breath. Then from here, walking it in, and let's come up, meeting in all four. Now, if we're at home, feel free to have more than one mat. You also can roll up the mat at any point for extra cushioning underneath the wrists, the hips, the knees. So here we are. Now, as we press the tops of the feet to the ground, let's round the back, dropping the head. Pulling our belly and making our tummy as flat as we can. Next, pulling the belly down. This is cow. Ears go to the sky, stretching the abs. Feeling our heart shine through. Good, now let's move this back and forth at our own perfect pace. We're thinking about breathing. We can exhale as we round. Then a big inhale as the chest opens up. Making our chest cavity bigger here. That office slump we often find ourselves in can make the chest cavity smaller. So the body's not working as efficiently as it could. Let's do one more. Then here, meeting in tabletop. Now while we're here, fingers are wide like we're gripping a basketball, or we're taking care of our wrists. We can make fist spokes. Always listening to our body. Now from here, tummy's tucked in nice and strong. Now from here, shifting our weight forward. This is a kneeling plank. We can be here. We also can take our knees off the ground. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. We have a ChurchFIT shirt that says that. Now from here, take it all the way down to the ground. Feel free to set your knees down on whatever gets your chest all the way down. Now from here, hands underneath the shoulders. Now see how many ribs we can lift off the ground. Listening to our body. Now we can stay here. We also can extend the arms behind us. Some will take their knees off the ground. Some will do both. Listening to our body today. Letting go of how we moved before the pandemic, in our 20s, in our teens. Definitely setting it down, turning our head to a side. Now feel free to be still here while you're in this little modified shavasana. Feel free to wiggle. I like to move around a little. Definitely coming back to the middle, extending our arms in front. Tummies tucked in. Taking up opposite arm, opposite leg here. Now the other side. Making our back stronger. Sometimes we have pain because parts of the body are weak. Now from here, switch. Switch. Breathing, using that movement to strengthen the core. Decreasing back pain. Improving spinal mobility. Again, when you're taking this down, turning our head to the other side. Noticing how we're feeling. Breathing into any part of the body that might be getting a little tender. And flex. So we also work on better posture, putting that to muscle memory. So here we are sitting up super tall, thinking up head over heart, heart over hips. Now here we're gonna squeeze the thighs together, activating the thighs. Same time, arms reach away from each other. We feel this stretch, we feel super tall. Now from here, twisting from one side to the other. Moving in all these different planes we might not move in our regular day. Feeling those thighs squeeze towards each other like they're holding a sheet of paper. Arms are reaching away from each other. One more set. And relax. So here we are back to the middle. Now from here, we always have options. We're gonna listen to our body. No need to match me or what we've seen pictures of yoga look like. So for this one, we can have the foot here. We can cross the foot over, and you may have seen some who will bend the bottom foot. This option is great as long as you can keep both glutes connected to the earth. So here, the hands on the ground, opposite hand hugs the thigh. We're gonna lift and rotate. So we settle in here, we might find we can go a little farther into the twist. Now, while we're here, muscles need oxygen, so breathing into any part of the body that we feel the stretch, we feel the work. Maybe we can go a little farther. Maybe we're saving that for another day. Good, let's untwist. Now the other side. And nothing wrong with a different option on the other side. So again, it can be here, here, or here. I know on this side for me, I tend to stay here. So from here, opposite hand to leg, we once again lift and rotate. Feeling that foot rooted in the mat, feeling our glutes pressing into the mat. Staying here a little bit longer. In restorative classes, they tend to hold the poses for like 4 to 6 minutes. Getting used to the stretch, easing into it as we let go. Okay, one more big breath here. Then from here, coming back to the middle. Now taking it back down to the ground, and we have different options to get to the ground. Feel free to lie down, or you can take your hands behind your legs or arms by your ears, easing this down slowly until we are all the way on the ground. Good, from here, once down. Hugging a leg, extending the opposite leg. These hip flexors can get tight. Sitting down all day, that tight muscle can pull on the knees, the hips. Everything's connected. So as we hug the thigh, we're gonna breathe into that hip. Good, from here, now let's see what the other leg is up to. Looking for that heel to be connected to the earth, the other thigh comes towards the chest. It might touch, it might not. Breathing into the hip. As we breathe and feel the muscles soften, we might find some more length. Get from here and relax. So moving into the final part of most yoga classes, final relaxation known as shavasana. Now we can do this on our back. Some people bend the knees, some people put their legs up the wall, but we've challenged the body. So now we're letting go. Trying to teach our body what is relaxed. So just for today, we're gonna tighten up our arms, our fists, our legs, flexing our feet, making the body super tight, then relax. So that one more time, tightening up everything. We're clenching our teeth, we're wrinkling the forehead, glutes are tight, and relax. One more time. We tighten, tighten. We see how this feels, and now we're letting go. Reminding our body what it feels like to be relaxed. At times we'll think we're relaxed, our forehead is tense, our hands are in fists. Here we are melting into the ground. We're so relaxed, we feel like we're spreading out like a pool of oil. Traditionally for Shavasana, you're here 5 to 10 minutes. Stay here as long as you feel like it, giving your body what it needs. For everybody else, we're gonna roll over, meaning lying on our left side. Scanning the body one more time for any residual tension. We find that we're gonna breathe into that area, giving those muscles permission to let go. Sending love to that part of the body. Now good from here, keeping our eyes shut, let's come up, meeting in any easy seated position. Blocking out the world just a little bit longer. Palms to the sky, taking in the moment. As we leave the mat, we're gonna remember that we do not control the actions of others. From here, arms extend to the sky. Hands come down in front of our heart in gratitude. Thank you for spending this time with me. Namaste. So yoga is about stretching, strengthening, and it's about balance. And balance becomes more important as we get older and doing things like climbing a ladder, say on a motorcycle, or even standing up on a boat. So thinking about strengthening and balance, from here we're going to turn our hips to the short end of the mat. Hips are square to the front, and from here we're going to bend that front thigh. So we feel the thigh activated. Now, building strength. So the feet are going to push away from each other like they are trying to tear the mat. So here we are building lean muscles, strength like gymnasts and ballerinas. We know they're strong, they have lean muscles. That's strength without the bulk. So we feel these muscles fired up, but they're not moving. We feel them getting stronger. Now from here, the opposite, pulling our feet towards each other. We feel those inner thighs work. You might find a little wobble. And part of yoga is the wobble, falling out of things and coming back, bouncing back. That strength and range of motion all come in time. Good, now from here, hips are square to the front. Let's turn our hips to the long end of the mat. So this is warrior two. Everything is parallel to the long end of the mat, but we're gonna look forward. Making sure that front thigh is working, we're gonna sink down as low as we need to. Now from here, we feel these arms reach away from each other. They're actively reaching. If I were to come by and push them, they shouldn't move. We are strong, calm, and ready like a warrior. Now yoga, we're working on staying in the moment. How about here we flip our palms to the sky, pulling our shoulders down. Ready for the moment, letting go of the past. Keep pulling these shoulders down, legs press into the earth. Get from here and relax. Change sides. So here we are, hips again are square to the short end of the mat. So they're right here. We feel these hips, front thighs working. When I talk, I tend to get a little high. So we want to make sure we feel those muscles activated. So much energy coming out of the earth. Now these feet are pushing away from each other. Feel them getting stronger. Fighting that wobble, fighting that shift. Guys, from here, pulling these feet in towards each other. Getting stronger. Those lean muscles, strength without the bulk. Good from here. Once again, let's open up to warrior two. Everything is open up, but we're gonna look forward. Checking in, we can adjust wherever we need to. Front thighs working, these arms are reaching. Once again, palms to the sky, pulling those shoulders down. Letting go of anticipation, enjoying the moment. Even checking in here, the temperature of the air, those muscles working. Appreciating what we have. Here we are, super long neck, adding to that good posture we're working on too, and relax. As I mentioned posture, so many things we're working on here. Also working on better posture and better balance. So from here, this is true. And these can be done, there are all sorts of different options. So here, turning one foot out, base knee slightly bent, we feel it's working on balance here. Some people take the foot up to where the foot is on their calf. That's okay. Now we're gonna avoid resting on the knee. We're always protecting our joints. Some people take the foot higher, foot pushing into the thigh. For me today, I'm gonna be right here. So we're working on balance. It's more than stacking the joints. It's also about staying in the moment. Maybe we're picking something stationary to look at to help us stay here. Good thing about virtual classes is we're more likely to just listen to our body and we're not looking around the room at other people. Then when they fall, we fall. And relax. Let's see what the other side is up to. Okay, nothing wrong with being here. That posture, head over heart, heart over hips. We can be here or here. On this side, normally I can get my foot a little higher, and that's okay. Everybody's different. Here we are, super tall, muscles talking to each other. That's part of balance. Better communication, better strength. We have different arms for this. We can even close our eyes and look away if we want to. Let's take one more big breath here and relax.